riding a 6-game win streak. The 3-seeded Eureka Red Devils look to get the SLIAC Conference Tournament started against the 6-seeded Greenville Panthers right here in Eureka. I'm Spencer Davis, joined by Joshua Howard. And Josh, nothing's more exciting than postseason basketball.
Yeah, you're right, man. I'm so happy that we have another home game, but don't really get to focus on that because this one is high intensity, high leverage. A lot riding on this one, and I'm excited to see the Red Devils take care of business.
This is the third time these two teams have faced off this season. The first time here at Eureka. Eureka won that matchup. Greenville, though, took it back on the road. So, Josh, split series right now.
Yeah, and you know the mindsets are going to be a little bit different. For the Red Devils, they're going to be trying to replicate that first matchup. It was here on their court, and they were playing against this Greenville team. You know, they're like, okay, we're at home again, so let's win like we did last time we were here. For Greenville, it's going to be a little bit different. They know that was, at their home court, but they're going to say, they just got lucky the first time they got us, but the last time we were on the court together, regardless of the location, we got it win over them. And the Red Devils have got to remember, this team does have the confidence of beating them once, so they can't go in just saying, okay, we're at home, we're going to take this one, they're the 6th seed. This is going to be easy. You can't go in with that mindset. They got to play a good game of basketball, and they got to execute still. And, you don't want to turn this into too much of a scoring affair because while the Red Devils can definitely score with them, it's playing a bit more into their game, and, it ups the risk. And they don't want to take that risk. If they're their great defensive selves and, they're scoring crisp offense the way that they can, it should be easy for them. They should be able to take care of this one.
If you're new to Greenville basketball, they call a thing called the system. Basically, they're going to run 5 guys out every 2 minutes, switch, and run full court press all game. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've seen it now. We know what we're expecting, but it's always just a visual you kind of get used to.
Yeah, we have a few friends of the game. They were not able to see it last time. I told them, keep your eyes peeled. It's not really hard to miss, so you don't even, but it's going to be very, very interesting. Everyone at home who didn't see the first game, you're going to see entertainment, that's for sure. So, yeah, the Red Devils, they got to remember that style, not let it, kind of throw them off. They got to be ready for it, be ready to adjust for the things that Greenville was able to do well last time. Just put their own game plan in place and execute.
And as we alluded to, the Eureka comes into this one on a 6-game win streak. They went on a 3-game win streak to start the conference slate, dropped 5, and then won 6 right back. Spalding was their last victory on the road, 76-68. Josh, how are they going to take this momentum from these past few games, take it into the tournament? It's a different kind of basketball once you see the postseason.
It is a different kind of basketball. Like we said, up intensity, more is riding on this. Your season could end, and, of course, they don't want that to happen. So, taking care of the ball, a lot of the small details, a lot of those things are going to be important. Taking care of the ball, boxing out, making sure you get rebounds, don't allow those second, third chance opportunities. Making sure you get back on the defensive end. This team likes to get up and down. That's how they score easily. So you get back, you can stop those transition easy, high percentage opportunities, make things a lot harder for them, make them have to work in the half court, and then just executing on offense. Don't get rushed. Don't ever settle for bad shots on too many occasions. Always try and use up as much of that 30 seconds as you need to get the best look possible.
That's all we have for you on the pregame show. On the other side, national anthems, starting lineups. You're watching Eureka College basketball right here on ECTV.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I had something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
We'll send it down to Ty Cap, who's got the starting lineups for both teams.
Now let's meet the start tonight's. At forward for Greenville, a freshman from Judah, South Sudan, number 10, Donato Pakak. At guard for Eureka, a senior from Hudson, Illinois, number 3, Austin Ellison. At guard for Greenville, a junior from Benton, Illinois, number 12, Joseph Craig. At guard for Eureka, a junior from Peoria, Illinois, number 5, Noah Persich. At guard for Greenville, a sophomore from Wilmington, California, number 22, Adrian Alvarez. At guard for Eureka, a sophomore from Peoria, Illinois, number 10, Pee Wee Brown. At guard for Greenville, a sophomore from Madrid, Spain, number 31, Carlos Crespo. At forward for Eureka, a junior from Peoria, Illinois, number 24, Cody Bear. At guard for Greenville, a junior from Wayne City, Illinois, number 34, Travis Dickey. And at center for Eureka, a senior from Hamilton, Illinois, number 34, Logan Dorothy. The Panthers are coached by Dr. George Barber in his 24th season and assisted by Josh Crutchfield, Darian Burns, and Paul Merrifield. The Red Devils are coached by Chip Wilde in his 16th season and assisted by Ryan Mulcrone and Jessica Thorman.
So Josh, we don't get the benefit of the lights out intro, but it's time to turn up the heat.
It is. This is going to be very, very exciting. But most of all, expecting a Red Devil W at the end of the day, and I'm excited for the game to get started.
Little embrace there from Pakak and Brown, teammates at Lincoln College last season.
Yeah, it was good to see them, pre-game talking at half court for a good 5 or so minutes. It's always a lovely sight to see, some former links just chatting it up.
Unfortunately, one of their seasons ends tonight. Quarterfinal action, the SLIAC Conference Tournament. 3-seeded Eureka Red Devils, 6-seeded Greenville Panthers. Bear and Pakak to jump, crowd ready to go, and we are ready to go. Tip-off in Eureka. It'll be Austin Ellison, the senior guard, for the Red Devils bringing it up. Logan Dorothy and Noah Persich. Cross court, Pee Wee Brown. Little Euro step to get things started offensively. Pakak with a rebound. Crespo looking to get out and run.
It's good to see the Red Devils trying to get to the rim early there, led by Brown on that first drive. I like that he's hunting high percentage shots. But of course, we talked about how much defense is going to be important against a team like this, and it's also good to see them get a stop right there.
No look pass. Bear on the break, left it short. Dorothy there to double clutch and clean. Scoring started. Eureka Red Devils up 2-0. Pakak down low, guarded by Dorothy, looking to take him to the hoop. Off the glass, too strong.
Red Devils able to stop them near the rim early. That's a good sign.
Brown through some contact. Already 4-0, minute in. Josh, we talked about it being high scoring early. Seems like we're going to be on pace.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be on pace. The Red Devils consistently getting stops in the painted area. Again, a very, very good sign. And now we see our first look of this unique substitution strategy that Greenville has.
Bear with us as we figure out who's all on the court.
Greenville pressing after that turnover, trying to get the ball back immediately. I understand it.
With Persich in the middle of the floor, it's knocked out of his hands into the hands of Darius Scott.
Yeah, they're successful right there in that attempt. But now the Red Devils got to see if they can continue to keep this lid on Greenville's basket.
Three-pointer up. No good. Offensive rebound. Able to find Thomas, the leading scorer for the Panthers. Another offensive rebound knocked out of the hands and fouled by Noah Persich.
This is the energy you love from the crowd as well. All of the students standing up, and we're not even 2 minutes into the game. You gotta love playoff basketball. And a dedicated crowd, of course.
Yeah, there's just nothing like it. I mean, you can look at all the different sports, but collegiate basketball, when it reaches the postseason, is just on a new level.
I agree, man. There's nothing like it.
Greenville still looking for their first points of the night. And Calmes will oblige. Again, full court press will be run all game. It's a 2-on-1. Ellison's floater, no. Offensive rebound. Brown through some arms, no. Jared Johnson with a rebound.
Love to see Brown fighting on the offensive boards. Not able to get that one to go, but he's going to see if he can get it back on the defensive end. Johnson
Could not put it down.
The Red Devils continue to do a great job stopping this team in the painted area or close to the basket.
3-on-2 potential, lobbed up. It's Dorothy underneath. Reverse, no good.
I guess early in this one, it's kind of a lot of high percentage shots on both sides being missed early.
Thomas misses there. The follow is good from Trenton Lee. The next five already back up at the table. Ellison defines Brown. Cannot get the roll. Tipped around into the hands of Scott.
There's probably on both sides already been a good 4 unlucky bounces that we've seen. You know, it's kind of a little bit of a backbreaker even though the game is still early.
Point Bear. It's with Brown. Brown, look at a Euro step to the right hand, and he got it. 6-3 ball game. Few ticks. Over 17 minutes. Good hands by Brown. Brown looking to take it all the way through some contact. 2 free throws coming.
And it's surprising with the amount of drives by both teams and just the up and down pace. These are the first free throws we are getting. Just short of 3 minutes into this one. It's been very exciting already.
And we like to talk about most games turned into track meets. This one is a marathon, but
triathlon, something. Yeah, it's crazy.
Going to try to sprint 26 miles tonight.
By the end of this night, we're going to need one of those ESPN graphs. How much everyone traveled tonight on the court.
New unit onto the floor for Greenville. It's essentially the starters plus the addition of Caden Johnson. Someone to keep an eye on, Josh. Number 34, Travis Dickey. 5 of 6 from 3 in their last game.
Yeah, definitely. If he's shooting that good from deep, the Red Devils have got to make sure they keep an eye on him. Getting up and down, you know, you can kind of get lost or focused in on whoever's driving to the basket. But those players who leak out to the wings for threes, you know, he may be one of them. They got to keep an eye out for him.
Crespo to Dickey. Craig now looking to drive, gets to a mid-range jump shot, knocks it in. 1-point lead for Eureka. With Persich. Gets to that elbow that he loves. It's Dorothy with an offensive rebound. No good. Bear with it now. He's off the glass and good.
I will say it does seem like there's a bit of differences in their defense compared to the first game that took place here early in the season. They play a little bit more trying to, you know, protect the rim, not trying to give up as easy shots, which of course is smart.
We've got our postseason wedgie.
Is that the first wedgie of the whole home stretch this season?
It's close. There have not been very many.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe it happened. You know, I wasn't here, or maybe my memory is just terrible. But either way, postseason wedgie in the first 5 minutes.
Love to see it.
Love to see it.
Crespo inbounds to Dickey. 18 on the shot clock. And an 8-7 lead now for Eureka.
Both teams continuing to trade punches here early. It's kind of been the theme of the last two Red Devils games, although they were able to pull out both of those in overtime.
Love the phrase, like they're in a phone booth.
Yes.
That's always what a Red Devil basketball game feels like.
It is, and it's good to know that they can perform so well in, such a closed game that, is so highly contested. They're still able to execute and a lot of times come out with the win. It's good to know that about your team.
Pakak now from 3. No, rebounded by Ellison. Good defense to slow it down for the time being. It's with Bear. Bear readjusts, nice find, and Dorothy cleans it up.
Yeah, great job right there, attracting not one, not two, but 3 defenders to just dish it off with an easy layup for his teammate.
When you're averaging a double-double and an offensive foul going on Caden Johnson. We've got our first media timeout. 10-7 our score, Eureka leading. 15:23 left, first half action. Don't go anywhere. You're watching SLIAC Tournament Basketball right here on ECTV. Welcome back to Eureka, Illinois, the site of this quarterfinal matchup in the SLIAC Conference Tournament between Eureka and Greenville. Spencer Davis joined by Joshua Howard. Josh, 3-point lead early for Eureka. What's working?
So far, they've been able to not just get up and down the court, but kind of, throw the defense off. They've kind of ran almost like a 3-man weave action just in live game. They throw the pass here, someone cuts kind of behind, and they're able to dish it and get an easy layup in most of these occasions.
Packed student section tonight. Last home game of the season. Might as well fill it up.
Yeah, why not? Put everything into this.
Andrew Gonzalez onto the court for the first time of the evening, wearing number 15 for Eureka. Problems getting it across half court here. Persic able to do so. Brown, strong take, can't finish. Bear fighting for an offensive rebound, still has it. Brown underneath. Through his contact, gets it to spin in.
There's a lot of fighting down there, but thankfully the Red Devils were able to win that little battle and get the bucket.
Pee Wee Brown, 6 points tonight, leading scorer for either team. Keyshawn Thomas with the basketball. Trying to work it around, and a travel called. 5-point lead for the Red Devils. If you're just tuning in, these two teams have matched up twice earlier on in the season. A win in the first matchup for Eureka, and then a Greenville W. Ellison lobs it up. Cody Bear. It's free, Josh. It's free.
It is. And again, we see them kind of having numbers, taking full advantage of that situation. They've been able to do that a few times already here tonight.
Scott's layup, no good, and it's erased by Bear. And then a foul. 75 feet away from the basket. Not the spot you want to pick that up if you're Trenton Lee. There's a replay on that lob.
A beauty. It didn't even seem like Bear completely had his feet on him. Still able to get up enough to easily flush that one down. Going to be the first of many highlight plays tonight, I'm predicting.
14-7, Eureka leading at home. Ellison dumps off. Bear finishes once again. Looked like he was going to go jam another one.
Yeah, he decided to take it easy on them that time. But, yeah, another easy layup. The Red Devils have been able to get a lot of those tonight. It's good to see them just executing and continuing to go back to that well.
Calmes off the wing. Pull-up jump shot. Short. Brown rebounds. Trenton Lee applying some pressure near half court. A little over 6 minutes played so far tonight. Brown trapped near half court. And a timeout taken by Austin Ellison. Josh, when you're facing a really trapping defense like that, how do you avoid positions like that?
One, you don't want to go to where, you know, the baseline, or in this case, the half-court line can act as another defender. You want to get the ball up quickly, and, you know, the longer you hold it, the longer that the more time that allows, you know, the defenders to close in on you slowly but surely. So you want to get the ball out of your hands. You got to know what you're going to do. You know, second-guessing, third-guessing yourself. That's when they're going to have more time to kind of come down on you and make it easier for them to get the turnover. So you got to be certain what you want to do, where you want to pass it. You got to get up the court, and you got to avoid those lines that act as a third defender.
Nearly identical lines so far for the leading scorers for Eureka. Pee Wee Brown and Cody Bear both with 6 points, 4 rebounds. 13:46 remaining in the first half.
What can I say? We have a lot of dynamic duos on this team. On any given night, it can be a myriad of players.
Cleaning up some perspiration left from the timeout. Ben Carter onto the court for the first time tonight. Just making sure everything's clear over there. Ready to return to play. Carter inbounding to Austin Ellison. You can see how far out they extend that press. It's with Carter, Euro step, blocked. Quickly out in transition.
Yeah, a bit more length on the wings on the floor right now for Greenville.
Johnson, rise and fire, no. Carter back with it, finds Gonzalez cutting. Gonzalez is blocked once again by Johnson, excuse me.
Once again, yeah, 2 back-to-back possessions. Good defense by Greenville, able to not give anything up and make this deficit larger.
Crespo with it. Smitley. We're going to get a screen from Joseph. Johnson with 14 on the shot clock to the corner. Three-pointer up from Smitley. And a rebound from Bear. Good find by Brown to keep it with Eureka. What a finish from Pee Wee Brown.
That was amazing. My mind didn't even really have any time to process that. I just thought it was a turnover. Next thing I know, Pee Wee Brown with a Michael Jordan type reverse layup hanging in the air right there.
Ball tipped around. Ends up in the hands of Ben Carter. Quick outlet. Brown has a free run once again, and he'll lay it up and in. 13-point lead for the Red Devils.
Red Devils not playing around. They remember what happened the last time they were on the court with this team, and they want to make sure that even Greenville knows that was a fluke.
Brock Bailey with it. Lefty stroke, no. And Johnson stepped on the baseline. The replay on that Pee Wee Brown finish. Wow.
That's a beauty.
Rare to see it in a position like that.
Yeah, it's like he had to hang a little bit longer, but, you know, thankfully he was capable of it and just put it up a little higher there, and that one was nice.
Apologies, misidentified number 22. That's Adrian Alvarez. He's returned to the bench, though, as it's time for more players to come onto the floor. Guar Tua making his first appearance tonight wearing number 40. Baseball throw all the way to Persic, who readjusts. Lead up to 15 now. Thomas looking to dance. To him now from 3. Dorothy with a rebound.
The Red Devils have just done a great job all night, making things extremely difficult for this Greenville team. Even when they're able to get close to the rim, they do a great job still contesting, a lot of times still coming up with misses, and they've been able to convert on the other end, making this game a blowout early.
And the offensive rebounds have just been everywhere for Eureka.
They have. Getting those second chance opportunities, it's kind of wearing Greenville out that already has to play 30 seconds of defense. Now they got to play a little bit more.
Ellison slowing things down for the first time of the evening. Persic with a nice move, pulls up from 3. Not quite. Scott with a rebound. 11-11 remaining in the first half. 24-7 Eureka leading. Three-pointer up now from Johnson. Persic with his third rebound. Both teams, you can kind of feel like the fatigue setting in.
Yeah, you can only run for so long before you need to slow down the pace at least a bit.
Great find from Persic, great finish by Ellison. And a timeout taken by Greenville. Josh, everything going right now for Eureka.
Yeah, everything is going right for the Red Devils. Their defense has been amazing, offense immaculate. They've just been able to get everything that they want, and they've done it on a consistent basis. And like I said, one of the biggest aspects of this game is not just that their defense has been good, but at the rim, they're making this team miss a lot of high percentage shots. You know, that's just giving them easy runouts.
Yeah, Greenville shooting 13% from the field right now, 3 of 23. Eureka, by comparison, 13 of 28 from the field. They've only attempted 1 3-pointer, and that was that Persich pull-up. So, Josh, I mean, really, that's been kind of the storyline. Also, 7 rebounds in the lead are the Red Devils.
Yeah, they've been able to really stay, close to the basket. Like you said, that first pull-up just moments ago was the first 3-pointer. They've been hunting strictly high percentage shots, and you see how great the offense looks because of it.
Yeah, Eureka only attempted 9 3-pointers in this matchup for the season. They shot 5 in the first matchup, and then only shot 4 in the next. So perfectly content to just attack the rim like you've been talking about.
Yeah, of course, do it all night. Now, the Red Devils just have to make sure they don't get complacent. This effort continues, of course, for these next 30-plus minutes. They got to play a full game, of course. This Greenville team knows that their season is on the line, and they're not going to go out that easily.
Should Eureka win, they'll advance to play the second-seeded Fontbonne Griffins on the road at Webster, who's playing host to the SLIAC tournament this year. And if Greenville comes back in this one, they'll take on Webster, the 1 seed. A lot of basketball still to be played here in Eureka tonight. We're not even halfway through the first half. Keyshawn Thomas finally gets a jump shot to go down. 26-9. Pee Wee Brown setting up the offense.
I feel like this is the first time in a minute that we've kind of seen the Red Devils have to actually execute in the half court, which they're also very capable of doing.
Persich, 8 on the shot clock. Cross court, Gonzalez finds Dorothy, and the floater spins out. We've seen Dorothy convert that shot on more than one occasion.
Yeah, that little short shot is a very nice one that he definitely has in his repertoire.
Scott shot too long, Tuam with a rebound. Johnson, tough take, rebounded by Dorothy. 17-point lead for the Red Devils. Ben Carter with it, Andrew Gonzalez. Slick pass there to Dorothy. Dorothy finding Carter. And Dorothy pokes one in.
Right after we said it, it's definitely something he can hit at a consistent basis.
Thomas, nice jump stop. Trying to find Johnson, couldn't. Earlier in the game, that was where Eureka was really trying to get out and run. You can tell that there's some tired legs out there.
Yeah, it should be. It's only normal. They're only human. Running that much is going to tire out anybody.
Knocked out of Carter's hands. Greenville looking to go out on the run. Scott all the way to the basket, readjusts, and a nice finish with the left.
Yeah, tough layup right there, just taking it into the chest of Gonzalez, able to convert that one.
Carter sizing up Calmes, over to Persich. Persich with a little blow by.
And I honestly got to say, it's almost like unbelievable to see just how much space there is on the court between, the defenders. I mean, like every group of defender and offensive player. The Red Devils side is extremely spaced out. It's almost as if Greenville is, they're scared of every single threat the Red Devils have, and the Red Devils keeping it open so they can run an action, 2-man, 3-man, whatever they want to run. They have a lot of space to do it.
Cody Bear and Austin Ellison back onto the court, with Gonzalez and Carter taking a break on the bench. Pee Wee Brown bringing the ball up for the Red Devils here. something you can tell he's become more comfortable with. We didn't see a lot of that at Lincoln College. Obviously, there's a couple of really good guards there that could handle it. But Brown definitely considered one of the better ball handlers on the team.
Yeah, a lot of growth in his game as we see a very unique-looking jump ball there, although it certainly was one. Although Dorothy is saying he got hit in the head. May very well have, but the referee just saw the jump ball, so the Red Devils going to get this one back.
Definitely had to be a call. Either travel or jump ball or foul, but something had to be called.
It was one of the calls of all time.
Nice find there. Logan Dorothy puts the Red Devils back up 19. It's Caden Johnson down low with Pecac. Brown, his former teammate, takes it away from him.
Yeah, able to get the steal right there. A little bit of bragging rights on top of, being up in the game, of course.
Persich now giving a little too much room. It's rare to see a guy like Persich who loves that mid-range shot go pretty much untouched after he got past half court. Crespo gets it knocked out of his hands by Bear. And we have our second media timeout. 32-11 our score. Eureka leading. And as a reminder, you can follow Eureka College's brand new television and radio stations on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Look for us by searching ECTV at Eureka College and WEUR at Eureka College. That way you can stay up to date as we continue to roll out new content for TV and radio. Again, that's ECTV at Eureka College and WEUR at Eureka College. Do it right now, before you forget, so you won't be left out. Pee Wee Brown, the leading scorer tonight, 10 points, 4 rebounds for the guard. And then on the other side, 5 guys with 2 points for Greenville, but nobody above that. And it's kind of hard to when you've only scored 11 points as a team.
Yeah, it's the Red Devils have really done a great job at limiting all their scores. They come into this with 5 different players averaging double digits, and right now they have 5 players tied at 2, which, it's definitely not the greatest accomplishment, but it is for the Red Devils. It shows just how stifling their defense has been, and of course, it would be good for them to keep it up in this game, keep up that intensity, do not let up, and give this team any hope that they can pull off something special.
It's something that Greenville tries to do by using that press as forced turnovers. They've only forced 2 out of Eureka, whereas Eureka has forced 7.
Yeah, the Red Devils have done a great job making them uncomfortable almost everywhere on the court.
Able to inbound to Lee. Calmes. Joshua 2-3 zone here.
They're trying out something to throw this offense off a bit even more than they already are.
All the way to the basket. Hangs up there for Dorothy. Able to get it out eventually. It's Brown all the way to the basket and almost.
The Browns almost been a heat-seeking missile towards the rim today. Of course, a welcome sight for Red Devils fans such as ourselves, continuing to be relentless and now getting some free throws.
Second trip to the free throw line for Brown and the Red Devils. As we mentioned, 10 points for Pee Wee Brown tonight, 4 rebounds as well. Comes into this game the leader in steals per game in the SLIAC. So definitely one of those guys you got to pay attention to if you have the ball.
Well, if you don't pay attention, you're going to turn around. The ball won't be there anymore.
As Pecac just found out.
You're going to turn around, just see Pee Wee Brown dribbling towards the rim, laying it up, wondering what happened.
Johnson, explosive. Draws an and one. Lead cut down to 20. 6:53 remaining in the first half. Johnson, the second leading scorer for these Panthers, converts the and one. Cody Bear able to find Brown, able to get across half court. And Austin Ellison feels like we haven't seen him with the ball very often.
Yeah, it feels like, it's been a lot more of Persich and Brown, but of course, that's kind of being a good teammate. You see they got it rolling a little bit more, so why not ride them? Your season's on the line. No time to be selfish, which he never has been, so it's good to see him just riding with his co-guards and letting them kind of push his lead out. Yeah, another score.
Starting to cut into that lead a little bit. 6:15 left in the first half.
Like we said, this Greenville team is not going to give up when they know they have 26 minutes, including the second half, left in this game. And of course, you know, the Red Devils, they want to make sure that they don't let this game get any closer. So we see a turnover right there. You don't want them to have this around that 10-point, if not less, mark. You don't want them to have that confidence going into the second half.
Yeah, postseason basketball, we talk about it a lot during the regular season, how basketball's a game of runs, but postseason, sometimes that momentum is just it. That's all you get.
Yeah, momentum can be everything when the season's on the line. Sometimes you got to ride it out. Sometimes you got to make sure you stop the other team's momentum before it gets out of hand.
Greenville on a little bit of a run here. Pass picked off. Calmey's on the break. Persic looking to contest, and a nice finish. Lead cut down to 13.
Yeah, just that quickly. They went from being up 21 to now having it cut to 13. Nearly a 4-possession game just that quickly.
Josh, it started on the defensive end for Greenville. A couple of steals got things rolling.
Yeah, they were able to get easy layups, which is what the Red Devils have been doing all night. So, you know, taking the page out of their book, getting turnovers, getting stops, and getting down the court for easy, high-percentage shots.
Dorothy knocked out of his hands, repossesses it, and scores. A 15-point lead with 5 minutes left. Calmey's from 3. And taken in by Cody Bear. Bear looking more than comfortable with the basketball. We've seen that really start to settle in later on in the season. He's been willing to bring the ball up. Bear calling for it, guarded by Lee. Dorothy is fouled from behind. Relatively clean game so far, Josh.
Yeah, relatively clean. Neither team really all that close to a bonus. Of course, you know, it's still possible that one of the teams can reach it before the half ends, but doesn't seem to be the case right now. And both teams just been disciplined, and even though that has been the case, they've been able to play good defense, or at least the Red Devils have, and both teams have been able to kind of up the turnover count for one another. So they're still getting into the passing lane, still disrupting, just doing so very disciplined.
We're talking about the players trying to stay, with high energy levels. You got to talk about the officials, man. Jump ball is the call. Persic a little uncomfortable.
It looked like one of the Greenville players landed on his back. That, of course, is not a fun experience. Thankfully, he's not more hurt, though.
Tough competitor, Noah Persic. One of the reasons that this Red Devils team has really come together, especially during that 6-game win streak. Dickey now, no good, rebounded by Crespo. And you can hear that one through the headphones, a little slap there. (35-20) the score. Eureka leading. 4:21 left here in the first half. Trying to extend that winning streak to 7 games.
Keep that flame going.
Bailey might have gotten blocked by Dorothy and rebounded by Brown.
Now Brown's got to find a way out of this trap.
Josh, you always like to say it. You can't dribble out of a trap as Crespo fires from 3, rebounded by Bear. And then he is fouled. That's 6 on Greenville, as a team. So no bonus free throws yet. Bear 6.6 rebounds early on. Andrew Gonzalez going to check in for Dorothy. For Bear.
Red Devils doing a pretty good job responding, in this one. After having it cut very, very close to 10, kind of push this one back out. Now they have the ball here, a chance to push it back out again, try and see if they can put this Greenville team a little closer to their end.
Under 4 minutes left in the first half. Ellison finds Brown. Brown is fouled. Pee-wee Brown, 5th and 6th free throw attempts coming up. The only Red Devil to shoot free throws tonight.
Gotta say, the amount of times we've seen Bear down there, definitely looking like he's getting fouled. It's a bit of a surprise, but Brown has probably been the most aggressive, so it only makes sense that he's continuing to get to the line.
.353 remaining in the first half. Pee-wee Brown at the free throw line. 12 points for him so far tonight. 5 rebounds. Make it 13 points. No stranger to the big game, Pee Wee Brown.
Yeah, stepping up when it matters most, having a big game. Really, this entire Red Devils supporting cast and team having a very, very good outing defensively, offensively. They've been very, very connected as a group as we see Ellison limping a bit here.
Yeah, it looked like he may have caught a Charlie horse on that last screen.
I was just about to say, that's what I think happened.
He doesn't want to come off the floor. Carter's going to check in for him. And since play stopped, he had to come off the court, unfortunately, but looks like he'll be right back in at the next dead ball, at least. Carter, harassed by Alvarez, able to find Gonzalez. Good lead pass there from Gonzalez. One of the better passers I've seen. Bear down low, puts up a shot, no. Offensive rebound, Pee Wee Brown who puts it in.
Like you said, his tenacity on that side, the offensive rebounds, doing a great job for this Red Devil team to just continue to push this lead back out, if not build upon it.
Crespo now, tough shot, left it short. And airballing in front of the student section is never a good idea.
Yeah, of course, we saw them just boo an air ball that came during the stoppage of play, so they're definitely going to let you hear it if it comes while the game clock's still rolling.
3:07 left in the first half. Gonzalez to Brown. (39-20). The lead was as large as 21 earlier. Got down to 13 later, but Eureka pushing it back out as Bear will extend it back to 21.
High off the glass. It looked like he kind of got pushed from where he wanted to go up with the ball, still able to adjust and get that one to go.
Scott was out of bounds. Yeah, here's a replay. A little knee-to-knee action there from Ellison.
Yeah,
does not feel good.
Yeah, those are very, very painful. Red Devils getting the ball back here. A chance to create a new largest lead of the night on this one.
Nice find. It's Persic. Persic dump off to Bear, and Bear didn't get it all the way down, but rattled back in. Lead up to 23 with 2.5 minutes left in the first. Thomas looking to extend his range. Rebounded by Persic. Josh, like you said, another opportunity to make the lead the largest.
Yeah, every single bucket they get from here on out is going to just be extending the lead to the largest it's been tonight. And seeing them keep their foot on the gas like this, very, very encouraging.
Bears pass gets deflected. Back out on the break, Greenville. It's a 5-on-4 as Bears trying to get back into the play. Thomas, good box outs underneath. Ellison finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Bear, couldn't reel it in.
Love the idea there from Gonzalez. It looked like Bear just couldn't quite catch that one. Maybe it came in a bit too hot, but either way, great basketball being played. The unselfishness on that one, very encouraging.
3 players already in double figures for the Red Devils with Brown, Bear, and Dorothy. And no one has even cracked 6 yet for Greenville. 3-pointer up from Calmes. And Noah Persic's 6th rebound. And he's fouled from behind. It'll be 1-and-1 free throws for the Red Devils.
The Red Devils did reach the bonus before halftime. Easy ones for this last minute 37.
Persic, the first player outside of Pee Wee Brown for the Red Devils to shoot free throws. Not many free throws attempted for either team so far tonight. Only 3 for Greenville, and this will be 7 and potentially 8. Minute 37 left in the first half. Logan Dorothy back onto the court for Bear. Both big men, Dorothy and Bear, on pace for double-doubles. And the lead up to 25 now. All the way, Jared Johnson. No, rebounded by Gonzalez.
And again, the Red Devils just able to get another stop right point blank at the rim. They've been able to do that all night, and it's part of the reason their lead is as big as it is.
Dorothy to Brown. Brown stops, pops, knocks in. Lead up to 27. Calmes. Scott. 60 seconds left. Thomas now, double clutch, and that one, lid is firmly on that rim.
Yeah, another one just dancing off right there.
You must have just a Hall of Fame Intimidator badges on everyone.
Definitely have to. Whether it's, Cody Bear or it's Noah Persich, either way, they're scared.
I don't blame him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Eureka holding. Persich with a nice move, gets the elbow. Not quite. It'll be Greenville with likely the last shot. Game clock, shot clock, separated by about a second. It's with Scott, quick fire three, not quite. Rebounded by Ellison. All the way up the floor, Gonzalez tracks it down. So it will be Eureka with the last shot of the half. Dorothy looking to go to the basket through some contact. Brown keeps it alive, and he's fouled.
Fouled with .1 left.
And I don't have an exact stat in front of me, but Pee Wee Brown, of his 7 rebounds, 4 of them have to be offensive.
Yeah, definitely has to be. It seems like every single time we see a Red Devil shot go up and it's just a bit strong, Brown phases into existence right there and decides that the rebound belongs to him.
And as a reminder, in terms of halftime programming, we've got our interview with President Wright that'll be re-airing. It's a great time catching up with her and asking her about her experience here at Eureka College thus far. So be sure to stay tuned in during halftime as Brown gets the same exact animation. And that'll do things here in the first half, 49-20. Josh, this is about as close to beating the brakes off of a team to start a game that I've seen.
Absolutely great first half, great execution so far in this one, putting themselves up I will say near insurmountable amount. They have themselves in a good position to be moving on and playing Friday.
Pee Wee Brown, 19 points at the half, 7 boards, followed by Cody Bear and Logan Dorothy, both with 10 each, and then 7 and 5 rebounds, respectively. On the other side, Jamie Calmes and Jared Johnson, both with 5 points, and 5 other players sporting 2 points in the box score. But in terms of halftime programming, again, halftime interview with President Wright airing right now. Welcome back to halftime. I'm joined by President Wright here. President Wright, great to have you.
Hey, thank you. Great to be here. Thank you.
So obviously you've taken in a great night of basketball. How are you feeling about today so far?
Oh, amazing. This is an amazing night. It's senior night. We recognize our Dean List students. Many of our student athletes are on the Dean's List, and we just recognize faculty and staff. Great win with the women's game, and we're keeping it mighty close here with the men. So it's a great night.
So take me through your roadmap. How did you get from wherever you started to right here in Eureka?
Well, I actually am a first-generation college student, so start with that. That's really important. I finished my undergraduate career at Missouri Western State University in St. Joseph, Missouri. From there, I went to the University of Kansas, where I finished my master's and PhD in communication, and I became a faculty member. Boston College, University of Kansas, St. Louis University, and all roads from St. Louis University led to Eureka. My moment of discovery.
It's kind of cool to hear that you were, a first-generation student, because we see how much that's kind of praised on campus, a lot of the events, recognizing them. You probably enjoy those a great deal, you kind of connect with all the students that you see at those events, and it's pretty cool to see.
Yes, absolutely. This is why I'm at Eureka. I came to Eureka for many of the same reasons our students do, because of the size, because of the community feel, because we can have personal relationships with first-generation students, and every student, in fact. So I don't have to sit in this ivory tower not knowing students' names and all of that good stuff. I get to meet wonderful students like the two of you and hang out with you all and watch you do your thing up here, which I'm so excited and proud about. So that's what we're about here at Eureka College.
And that's genuine for you, because you are one of the first people I met getting to this campus, being a transfer student as well. It's not just, people who are primarily from Eureka. Lincoln students are coming, and I want to meet them as well. I want to get to know them, and that was a really cool thing of you.
Yeah, well, I always talk about the first day I remember meeting you and you all telling me this is going to be one of the best programs at Eureka College. And indeed, you have arrived. So here we are standing here at halftime of a men's basketball game. We're on the air with all of our ECTV family. So you're right. I loved meeting you all for the first time. Love being here and love seeing you all up here all live on ECTV.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So take me through, what is your favorite achievement you've had here so far?
At Eureka College?
Yes.
So I have to tell you, every commencement is an achievement. I thoroughly enjoy, much like Josh was talking about, when I see students for the first time, and when I see you all walk across that stage, it feels like my achievement. It's not, because you did the work, but it really does feel like my achievement. So I think just making sure that we've grown, that we're able to add amazing programs like the one you all are a part of with radio TV, those are all of the amazing achievements that I would point to.
So what has been your favorite part about being in this area? Central Illinois, it's small. I get it. I've grown up here. But what has been your favorite part? Do you enjoy the small town thing?
Well, you know what? I enjoy the people. There's something about, and I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in St. Louis. So I think I love a Midwesterner to begin with. And there's something even more special about the people in Central Illinois. So I'm a hugger by nature, very close-knit family. So I love being in Central Illinois where there are a lot of other huggers.
Yeah, we're pretty tightly connected in that respect.
Indeed we are. Indeed, I couldn't agree more. So.
Very much so. No, yeah, I love the tight-knit feel, the tight-knit community type as well. It's very it's welcoming. It helps you settle in a lot faster than if everyone's just like their own little cliques, their own little groups and everything. It's a very refreshing thing to be in.
Yes, I actually agree. And that's something where I believe is all of our responsibility to keep that going and to contribute to that. So for everyone to bring their unique selves into this type of environment and to bring also their own unique personality that allows for us to continue that community feel, right? So you have your sense of self, and at the same time, we move forward in common purpose. And one of those things that we move forward in common purpose is making sure that we have a community where people feel welcome. So do we always have work to do, things that we need to continue to move forward in and get better? Absolutely, because there is no end point. There's just a moving forward. So that's what we want to seek to do, is keep moving forward, keep trying to bring people together, acknowledge when we don't do it all right, and then try to figure out how to get it right next time.
I love that.
So what's one way that you're trying to promote that kind of growth in Eureka?
Well, at the college, we do any number of things, including, so we brought in a fantastic, as some of you all know, a special assistant to the president, and Dr. Donna Bradley, who is really focusing a lot of her time and effort in collaboration with our Dean of Students and the rest of the student life staff on some of our equity, inclusion, and diversity efforts, which are very important. We are, of course, in the midst of Black History Month, but I'm one that I say we should celebrate all year round. There are unique things about every culture, and I think one of the biggest things we can do is to encourage people not to be afraid of difference. While you don't focus on and emphasize difference, you emphasize things that unite us, but I think we need to also celebrate and be unafraid of difference. So I think that's one of the things that I'd like for us to continue to learn, is how to do that a lot better as a community.
I think that's a great skill to kind of teach people around here.
Absolutely.
It's something that we don't have a lot of experience with. I will say, I think that Eureka's done a fantastic job of it.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I agree. I don't disagree at all.
Spearheaded, of course, by you. You've done an amazing job since arriving.
Can't do it without everyone, including you all as students. So it really does take a village in order to get this right. So they say leaders can have the best laid plans, but if you don't have people who are going to rally around and support it and actually move that vision forward and really show you what it looks like in real life, then it's just a good plan that goes nowhere. So it's really a credit and a testament to faculty and staff, again, who we're showing appreciation for tonight. They deserve a ton of credit. I know this is hard work, but we're doing it, and it's a credit to you all for always coming together and being able to connect with one another. So I love the community.
The community loves you back.
Well, thank you.
Everyone around the campus always positive things. We really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you all, too. And thanks for having me.
No problem.
It's been fantastic.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, hey, this has always been a thing. I may come and sit next to you all doing play-by-play, nudge you out of your seat, kind of sit real close and see if I can, keep up. You all do such a great job. So even when I'm not, actually, I love being at the games, But I also thoroughly enjoy now not being at the game, only because I can see you two on ECTV.
We really
appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. That's all we have for you here at halftime. Thank you, President Wright, for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. Look forward to the next time.
On the
Most
other
definitely.
side, we've got the second half of action coming right at you, right here on
For you. Avery, this is for you. I'm not gonna go, but I paid the description. Okay. Do you have to say anything to the fans? Stay smooth. Oh, wow. Burn out! Oh, yeah. Jackson feeling it and airballed. She looked just like that, too. You'd like to say for your senior day interview? Sad. Avery had the audacity to get in my way. I said, it's my day. We'll make way. Senior. To say something to the mic. Sydney Hannum's interview for senior day. I'm gonna cry. Oh, wow. You see that, Avery? An athlete. Anything to say from senior day?
Does that have to be appropriate?
I would assume so.
Let's
Whoop some booty.
whoop some booty.
Woo!
Like you.
I know. Josie, would you believe me how many times I've been told that in my lifetime? And one! What's up? You got something to say? Go ahead.
Happy Valentine's Day to all the lovely people in the world.
That's so nice of you. You're good, Sid.
over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn that in giving, we receive so much more in return. Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Follow Eureka College's brand new television and radio stations on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Look for us by searching ECTV at Eureka College and WEUR at Eureka College. That way you can stay up to date as we continue to roll out new content for TV and radio. Again, that's ECTV at Eureka College and WEUR at Eureka College. Do it right now, before you forget, so you won't be left out. Welcome back to Eureka, where the Red Devils lead this quarterfinal matchup 49-20 against the visiting Greenville Panthers. Spencer Davis and Joshua Howard with you. Josh, that first half was very good for the Red Devils.
Yeah, the Red Devils played a very, very good first half. They were stifling on defense, only giving up 20 points in the first half, as opposed to last time around they played Greenville in this building, I believe, upwards of 40? So they've done amazing, cutting that in half here, and then they've continued to score efficiently, effectively. They're on pace kind of once again. This is the team they've scored 100 against twice this season. They're kind of right there again, so their offense hasn't gone away, but it's just that they have locked down this Greenville team very effectively in that first half.
No one scored above 5 points for Greenville. Jamie Calmes and Jared Johnson both with 5. But Pee Wee Brown leading the way and scoring 19 points, 7 rebounds. You got to think that Greenville's going to try to do something to limit Pee Wee Brown in this half.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be paying attention to him a lot more. A lot of those runouts, layups, are chances to get at the free throw line. Of course, you want to cut down on those, make things a lot harder for him. A lot of teams always try and see if they can make him a jump shooter a little bit more, so maybe that's going to come, but the Red Devils will be prepared and will adjust.
Greenville's bench trying to provide some energy for their guys. Going to be a long half on defense for the Panthers. Pass gets knocked away by Craig. Bear able to keep it on the Red Devils side. And Persic can't reel it in. And Josh, we talked about it at one point. The turnover battle was 2-7, I believe. It's now 9-8 with Eureka leading.
Yeah, we saw a few minutes after, kind of said that. We saw a few Red Devils turnovers, some of them unforced, just passes kind of like that Persic one. Just right over the head, right out of the reach of the fingertips to go out of bounds. A few of them were turnovers, jumped passing lanes. We saw, I believe, a few layups there, and that's when the lead was cut to 13. So the Red Devils have upped it. Thankfully, it has not hurt them a lot today, but, of course, not a habit you want to build.
Three-pointer was knocked in there by Travis Dickey, and then the foul committed by Crespo. Lead sitting at 26, 19-15 left. Greenville trying to scrap to keep their season alive.
The Red Devils know what it's like to be down, roughly in this area and claw all the way back to make it a game. Nearly getting a win earlier this season in this building in that scenario. They just don't want to let Greenville do that to them.
Ellison and Persic. 10 seconds on the shot clock with Dorothy. Dorothy able to kick to the corner. Brown decides against a three to the basket. Did touch rim, so should reset. And Pacat gets one back on Brown.
Yeah, teammate competitiveness. We saw the very first drive of the game, I believe. Brown going at Pacat, and now, we've seen a few moments they've both had against each other in this one so far.
Pacat, jump hook, no good, and then a foul on Ellison. 49-23 our score, with Donato Pakak standing at the free throw line. No points yet for him. I don't know, Josh, looked like Pakak was saying something to Pee Wee Brown there.
Maybe a little friendly trash talk between teammates. Of course, you're competing to keep your season alive, so it makes sense, you know, letting all the emotions out onto the floor in all the positive ways at least. Or at least I should say ways that won't get you technical. It's trash talk, not necessarily a positive, but it's fun.
Pakak's first point of the night after that free throw. And it's second. So come off the floor as Trenton Lee relieves him. Lead down to 24. It's been a 5-0 scoring run by Greenville to start this half.
Red Devils want to make sure they don't allow this team to build any more momentum. They had a run earlier. We talked about they cut it from 21 to 13. So, you know, they got it in you to chip away little by little. The Red Devils got to make sure they don't allow that to happen.
It seems like Greenville's gone away from that trapping defense full court, and they're kind of waiting to trap until you get across it.
Yeah, you know, it creates less runouts for the Red Devils, so it's, you know, it's a little bit better of a strategy, but I do not think in the long run it will be enough to come back.
Johnson trying to get by Persic, shot no good, rebounded by Bear. Going to be a quick outlet, run out 3-on-3. Ellison. Driving step there, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Eureka. Cody Bear with it. All the way to the basket. He's just too big. He's too big.
He is.
He's too good.
They just can't contain him. He's been able to step through multiple defenders and just lay it up right past their fingertips.
Nice flip pass there from Thomas to Lee. I think Eureka's more than content to get into a swinging match here if they're going to trade buckets. The lead this large. Greenville's going to have to be the one to land some combinations.
Yeah, the Red Devils, they can trade all day, like you say. For the next 17 and a half minutes, they can trade. It is Greenville that has to have a much, much larger sense of urgency.
Ellison, mid-range jump shot knocked in. Only his third shot of the game so far. He's been content being the distributor tonight. 4 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists for the senior. Calmey's now given a little too much room at the line. No. And Ellison will add to his rebounding totals. Almost lost the handle on it. Has it on a yo-yo. Somehow finds Dorothy.
It's the second pass he's going to have like that. One of those one-hand whip passes. I think he had one in the first half to Persic and then right there to Dorothy for the easy layup.
Nice hands by Brown, and it'll careen off of Noah Persic. 10 fresh legs run onto the court for Greenville. Lead at 30. I believe the largest officially of the game so far. Lead at halftime was 29.
I believe you're correct.
Craig's shot no good, rebounded by Brown. Gonna just two-hand toss over his head. Ellison, nice finish there. And a little stoppage of play here. I believe the shot clock malfunctioned. Lead up to 32, 59, 27.
I did see the shot clock on Greenville's side kind of go off for a minute. Maybe it happened on this side as well. I wasn't paying attention. But it seems to be back on now. I believe the referees have figured everything out.
Charlie McKenzie onto the court for the first time tonight. Cody Bear heads to the bench, 12 points, 8 boards. It's with Crespo over to Johnson. Three-pointer up from Caden Johnson, knocked in.
It's the first tray ball for this Greenville team in a minute.
Yeah, it's been since early on in that second half. They didn't have a single three made in the first half. 0 for 10 as a team. But 2 have gone down early, so some signs of life. Lobbed up, Dorothy can't quite finish.
Unlucky bounce on the rim on that one.
The rims have been a bit unfriendly today. Crespo's jump hook good. Another 5-0 run right there.
Red Devils have done a good job responding after those bursts from Greenville on the few occasions they've happened tonight. Just got to continue to do that.
Brown fouled on his trip to the basket. It's the second team foul on Greenville. And we have our first media timeout of the half. 59-32, Eureka leading. We're going to step aside for a short break. More of Eureka College basketball on the other side.
Those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Eureka College's brand new television and radio stations on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Look for us by searching ECTV at Eureka College and WEUR at Eureka College. That way you can stay up to date as we continue to roll out new content for TV and radio. Again, that's ECTV at Eureka College and WEUR at Eureka College. Do it right now before you forget so you won't be left out. 27-point lead for Eureka here at home. They look to advance to the semifinals of the SLIAC tournament. The task at hand with Logan Dorothy, fall away shot no.
Nearly getting one to go even as he was falling down.
Crespo on the break all the way, nice take.
You know, that probably is the best shot choice for this Greenville team. You got to get high percentage shots, you got to get them quickly. Why not go to the basket, try and replicate Pee Wee Brown, see if you can get fouled or just get something, start creating some offense out of the aggression towards the rim.
Dorothy to Ellison, now with Persich. McKenzie swung around, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brown down low. Post moves from Pee Wee Brown, and they call him for a travel. And Brown, it's called for a foul there.
I had a feeling that one was going to be called because whether he did or not, it kind of looked like he yanked his arm right there. And yeah, the ref's going to call that 10 times out of 10.
Crespo looking for some help. I don't blame him. I know that I would not sniff the ball if Pee Wee Brown was guarding me full court.
Yeah, leading SLIAC in steals, as you told me, with only half a season is a ridiculous accomplishment.
Shot up and banked in by Crespo.
And that aggression towards the rim has shaved almost 10 points off the Red Devil lead, and now a steal right there gives them an easy layup.
And another right there as well, 21-point lead, starting to cut into it a little bit.
Yeah, Red Devils, they cannot be the less aggressive team in this scenario. Greenville's starting to play desperate, which is what you got to do. Your season's going to end in 14 minutes and 39 seconds if you don't. So the Red Devils got to know they're going to pour everything they have into this one.
Yeah, a lot of times you get late into the season, and the teams that just have the next game to worry about, or rather just the remainder of a game to worry about, are sometimes the most dangerous ones.
Yeah, they're going to be like a wounded animal. It's desperate. It's going to do anything it can to survive.
Persich able to get it across half court. Might have gotten away with a double dribble there. Dorothy slinging that back up to the top.
Yeah, there's a lot of power on that pass.
McKenzie now from 3 and hits the shot clock out of bounds. And now Greenville with potentially a chance to get it below 20 points.
Yeah,
the first time since what? Halfway through that first half?
Yeah, it's been a minute. They have a chance, like you said, get it back to the teens. And you got 14 minutes left. They kind of open a door just a little bit for themselves if they're able to do that.
Johnson, Calmes, Keyshawn Thomas. 14 on the shot clock. Brown trying to swipe one away from step back 3. No, rebounded by Ellison. Good defensive set there. Now a 3-on-2. It's Gonzalez running the break. Tried to go behind the back to him. Kind of looked like he just gave up on the take and took the pass off his chest.
Red Devils able to get stops on those two occasions. This lead could have, like we said, been cut lower and really gave this Greenville team a boost them around, but the Red Devils able to stop them on that end. Now they got to start adding back to their own lead.
It's with Cody Bear handing off Persich. 10 on the shot clock. Thomas harassing him near half court. Persich looking to dance, a couple nice crossovers, gets to his spot, not quite. Kept alive for a moment, Jared Johnson with it.
It seems like the offensive rebounds the Red Devils were getting have kind of dissolved a little bit in these last few minutes as well. Greenville's done a much better job of stopping them from getting those second and third chance opportunities.
Calmes handing back off Scott, 15 on the shot clock. 21-point lead for Eureka. Greenville looking to cut into it. It's with Thomas, pick and roll off the leg of Tuam. It's with Cody Bear. 3-on-2 break. Cody Bear with it. Going to go coast to coast himself. Look at the big man.
Yeah, smart decision right there. Easy layup. Just go right down the middle. They can't stop you.
No one looked particularly comfortable taking a charge on him. Can't say that I would do the same. Somehow tipped in.
That was nice. That was a very, very difficult and contested tip in, and he was able to get that one off the backboard.
12:15 remaining in the second half. Eureka looking to advance the conference semifinals here, and Brown all the way to the bucket. 23 points from him.
Yeah, it's been easy for him all night, just picking up where he left off.
Just needs another rebound to get himself a double-double. Knocked out of bounds by Bear. Blake Stoney onto the court for the first time tonight. Austin Ellison will get a breather. We've got a timeout on the court. Pee Wee Brown, 23 points, 9 rebounds, leading the way for the Red Devils, followed by Cody Bear with 14 points and 8 rebounds. On the other side, Carlos Crespo, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And Jared Johnson with 7 points and 4 rebounds. Josh, what's been the key to how Eureka's gotten, that huge lead, and also how they've kind of maintained it?
So the Red Devils, they've just been able to consistently get a good diet of shots. They've been able to get layups or close jump shots. You know, those they've been able to be in range to where they can dish it down. Dorothy can get one of his floaters off. We talked about in the first half. They've just been consistently able to get stops, get out on the break, where the defense isn't really set yet. You know, you kind of get something easy. You're able to take advantage of that while the defense is still kind of scrambling to find all 5 offensive players. And they've been able to continuously take advantage of that. In the last few minutes, of course, Greenville's defense has been a little bit better, and you know they've been able to cut into it a little bit, getting it around from 31-32. Now it was briefly 21, but it's 23 once more here. The Red Devils doing a good job to respond.
Red Devils shooting 51% from the field as a team. They've only attempted 2 3-pointers tonight. They've missed both, but when you're winning by 23, I don't think you care too much.
I would tend to agree. Of course, they want to make sure that they maintain good basketball habits, though, because there will be a war on Friday.
3-pointer up from the corner, no good. And Pakak is fouled on his rebound. Of the 63 points for Eureka, 52 of them have been in the paint. And 7 have come from the free throw line, so you do the math there, 4 points outside of the paint. With Caden Johnson. Fall away shot, no good, kept alive by Craig Pakak. Can't finish, Bear rebounds, and then a scrap for it, and Pakak goes down.
Two former classmates of mine, or at least one currently. I have a class with Cody Bear, and I've had a class with Renato Pakak. It's good to see the competitive spirit of both men still going strong.
A little hip toss. Wasn't anything malicious. Just scrapping for the ball. Let's see if Pakak tries to get one back on him. Misses, kept alive. Persich, quick outlet, 2-on-1. Castoni off the heel of Pakak. Crespo in transition, no good. And Cody Bear kind of read that pass the entire way. Frantic pace being played. Bear over Pakak, offensive rebound, puts it over him as well. Crowd really enjoying this performance from the Eureka team.
You know, we got a little bit of chaos in there now. These two players going at each other. So now every single time Bear makes a play over Pakak, the block, and then the bucket on this end, it's going to be kind of played up a little bit. And I, of course, enjoy that college basketball environment.
Gonzalez looking to drive through some contact. A little awkward there on the take, no foul. 65-40 Eureka lead. Cack looking to drive, and he's fouled on his way. 2 free throws upcoming for the big man from Greenville. .23 remaining in the second half. 25-point lead for Eureka. Donato Pacac, 2 points, 3 rebounds tonight. And 3 for 4 from the free throw line for Pacac. All of his points coming from the charity stripe tonight. Lead at 24 for the Red Devils. Alvarez trying to poke it away from Brown. Brown lost the handle on it. It's with Alvarez. Gonna pull up, transition 3, spins out, and bounces off of Crespo, who's on the baseline. Ellison will check back in for the Red Devils. Jared Johnson, Darius Scott, and Trenton Lee onto the court for the Panthers.
The Red Devils just about 75% of the way through this one. Got to make sure that they close out strong. You do not want to be on the wrong end of something historic.
Very true. In good shape, though. They've pushed out a really nice lead, and they've maintained it well. Gonzalez to Ellison. Exactly 75% of the way through, as Josh suggested. It's with Bear down low. Bear's just too big. It's too tall.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to handle him, stop him in any way all night, especially on the fast break. You're seeing someone the size of LeBron running at you full speed with the basketball. What can you do?
Move out of the way.
Exactly.
Thomas, nice, or excuse me, that wasn't Thomas. Apologies, that's Trenton Lee.
Yeah, Greenville's done a good job getting to the rim in this half. If they'd have started the game like this, it may be a little more worrisome for the Red Devils, but thankfully the Red Devils were able to stifle them on a lot of their early drives, and they haven't really been able to convert here till the second half.
And bounce out of bounds. We talk about the system, right? It's that really intense defense, but a lot of it is that run and gun type of three-point offense. And when you're not really shooting a lot of threes, nor knocking them down when you have them, it's hard to win games.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for them to win games with this style. Unless they have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson on the wings, it's not an offense that is going to work, long-term, trying to get to, the tournament, trying to get wins in the tournament. It's not going to work.
Persic, no luck. Tipped out, though, with Gonzalez. And that ball gets ripped away and ends up still in Eureka's possession. .903 remaining in the second half. 67-43 the score. The Ellison with 13 on the shot clock. Guarded by Lee. Now with Carter, the freshman. Dorothy with 3 on the shot clock. Just throw something up and it counts. 1 second left on the shot clock, and Dorothy makes it work.
What a lovely fader. That was impressive. Off balance, getting pushed by 2 different defenders. Puts that one up there, gets a toilet bowl, and going to the line and making a 3-point play.
You can kind of see him greeted by his teammates, smirked a little bit.
Yeah, that was a very, very nice and difficult shot.
15 points from the senior big man in his last game here at the Reagan. I shouldn't say that quite yet, just because I don't know in terms of COVID years, how many years of eligibility guys have left.
That is true.
It's still really up in the air. But a 25-point lead. The most recent points courtesy of Logan Dorothy. Persic got a free run at that free throw line jump shot. 8:13 remaining.
So if the Red Devils, of course, closing this game out, they do so in that. And then they win on Friday. what would the date of the next game be? Would that be a Sunday or a Monday?
Let me try to track that down. I believe they might make you go back-to-back.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, the winner here, assuming it'll be Eureka, obviously it kind of depends on who wins, because Eureka will play Fontbonne, and we'll talk about that actually on the other side of this media timeout. 70-47 is our score. Eureka on top here at home. You're watching Eureka College basketball right here on ECTV. Welcome back to Eureka, Illinois. Last home game of the season is always a bittersweet one, I have to say, and this time we want to take a chance to recognize one of our top-tier cameramen for the past 4 years. Came with us from Lincoln, back over here with Eureka, Kenneth Miles. He's been a dog at the camera, as they like to say, but also a really great radio show host as well. Josh, you've worked with him on a lot of projects. Talk about Kenny a little bit. Let's gas him up.
Man, we came into at the time, Lincoln College at the same time, the 1920 academic year, both freshmen at the same time. And, we're in a lot of the same classes, same major, of course, which is, why we're both kind of doing this broadcast stuff. And, we have to work on a lot of assignments, a lot of late nights working on things, figuring out a lot of the ins and outs of radio, editing, television. He's been here for a while for this whole ride, and it's just like it is sad, He's one of my best friends since I've come to college, and I wish him the best on everything he's doing going forward. Of course, we are going to enjoy this award show this weekend because, like you said, he is amazing on the radio, and part of the reason we are up for nomination for Best Radio Intro.
So again, we want to thank Kenny for all the contributions he's made to our program throughout the years. It's we do a lot, and Kenny's done a lot, like you've been talking about. So just again, shout out to Kenny for doing all the things that he does. He's been at almost every broadcast this year, every broadcast last year. So again, contributions from Kenny. Give him a round of applause in your homes, wherever you are.
Yes, sir. Shout out Kenneth Miles.
7:11 remaining here in the second half. 70-47 the score. Joseph Craig standing at the free throw line. Josh, just to talk about that conference schedule, what it looks like. Should Eureka hold on, they've got a 22-point lead now. So again, it's still some game left, but assuming they hold on, they will go play Fontbonne at Webster. Webster's the host for the semifinals. That'll be on Friday at 5:30.
So it's a neutral site. I like that.
It is a neutral site, assuming you're not playing Webster.
Yes.
Should they win on Friday, they will play at 7 o'clock on Saturday. So back-to-back days for the winners on Friday. Bit of a punishment, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit tough, of course, but, it's a grueling schedule. You're going to have to deal with. The Red Devils want to win more than anything, so it's going to have to be something that they overcome.
Dorothy adds to his point total tonight. He's up to 17. Crespo, excuse me.
Speaking back on that also, I believe we've split with Fontbonne this year?
Yes.
Okay, so the Red Devils definitely know that they can beat this team. They also, again, you have that healthy fear of, okay, they can beat us as well. They have shown that this season. But it being at a neutral side, I think we may get the purest form of this game as, we possibly can. And if the Red Devils are executing like this, they should be playing again Saturday night.
Eureka's won, or at least beaten, every team in the conference at least once. They've beaten Blackburn and Westminster twice. But they've split everywhere else. And most of those splits have come in the second half of the season. Turnover there from Carter as Johnson's going to go up and miss the layup. Get another chance at it.
Yeah, kind of as you say, though, the Fontbonne win and the Principia win have come during this win streak. They're still currently in, at the moment, looking to extend in the next 6:20.
Josh, this is now the second year in a row with the teams we've called for have gone on monster winning streaks to close out the year.
Yeah, that record a bit misleading. You see this team, you're like, okay, they're below 500. We should be able to take care of this. Now they got off the ground a little bit slow, but since then they have been rolling, like you said, getting hot at the right time. Second year straight, it feels really deja vu-ish, but that's a very good thing. They're playing their best basketball, and once again, a chance to make a great run here.
Now, how many times do you hear coaches early on in the season say, at the end of the year, we just want to be playing our best basketball? And Coach Wilde's got to be thrilled with how his guys have been playing the last month.
He's probably, very, very, of course, coaches are always like, there's things we can get better at, which, is very true. It's a healthy thing to always think that, we're not at our peak yet, we can still improve, but probably very pleased with the way they're playing now as opposed to earlier this season. A lot of close games would be getting away from them. Now they're closing those out, winning in overtime against teams favored to beat them, teams ranked ahead of them. So, yeah, he's got to be excited about the way that this team is trending in the right direction at the right time.
Lead at 22 with under 6 minutes left. Pass almost picked off. Gonzalez to Ellison. Senior-to-senior connection.
It is kind of cool for the seniors as well. All the emotions of senior night and everything, and they're like, man, I got to say goodbye to the home court. And then a week later, you're like, oh, I get one more. That's very nice.
I got one more in me.
I got one more in me.
Loose ball ends up into the hand. Oh, excuse me, a little foul call. We'll see who it goes on. We're going to call it on Gonzalez. Leading scorers tonight, Pee Wee Brown, 23 points for the Red Devils, 9 rebounds. Logan Dorothy following with 19 points. Then Cody Bear with 18 points, 10 rebounds, so extending his double-double streak. And you got to think, Josh, that Cody Bear is probably in that Player of the Year conversation here in the SLIAC.
Yeah, definitely got to be in that conversation. He's had 2 Player of the Weeks, I believe. Multiple 2020 games, a handful, if I'm not mistaken, of 2020 games this year. And he's just been dominant on both ends. A great shot blocker, great at, making players kind of shoot off because they're scared of his impact. You talk about Hall of Fame intimidator. He kind of alters shots. Even when he doesn't block them, he alters them a lot of times. And the other end, able to score at the rim, able to stretch out his range a little bit, shoot the mid-range, and go to the free throw line. Really is a threat from virtually everywhere on the court.
This is Jordan Boyd standing at the free throw line for the Panthers. Front end of the 1-and-1. Lead reduced once again to 22, and the technical foul issued to...
Is that on Brown?
Definitely on Brown. He was having a conversation earlier with the official, but I don't know if it was a double technical or not.
Yeah, I can't tell as well because no one on Greenville is reacting like anything was called against him, so I would assume not, but we're also not seeing free throws, so that may very well have been a double technical.
Brown's trying to plead his case. It's usually one of those, you can plead as much as you like. Usually, in my experience, I've never seen one taken away.
Yes, I've never seen a technical taken away.
That'd be something, though. The untech.
He unmotions the side. Untechs your player.
So there is a double technical. Goes on Boyd and Brown. Brown will come off the floor. Bear able to inbound it finally to Ellison. Must be nice to be 6'10", Josh. He kind of just stands there and throws it over your head.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know why you're reaching into my personal space, but here's a pass.
Bear to Dorothy, shot no good. 76-54, Eureka leading. Greenville on the break. Three-pointer up from Scott, splashes. Lead cut down to 19.
I believe. Is this the first time it's been in the teens since, first half, early first half?
Shot almost erased, but the foul is given. Noah Persich heading to the free throw line for the Red Devils. Persich with 10 rebounds tonight, 6 points. A couple of free throws to his name. He'll try to add 2 more. Lead back up to 20. Line shift for Greenville.
The Red Devils have consistently kept it around this 20-ish point mark and doing a good job at keeping this team at distance, never really letting them gain too much momentum. We've seen them go on some small runs, but never anything that's put the Red Devils in, some real danger.
Yeah, that 13-point deficit was the smallest of the game in terms of outside of the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, it definitely has been. They've done a good job at responding every single time Greenville has thrown something their way.
Dickey with it. Quiet night so far from him. He had 19 in the last game for Greenville, but just can't quite get it going. Johnson now from 3, no good. Craig keeping it alive. It's going to go off of him. You got to think, Josh, fans like closer games, I think, for the most part. You can kind of feel the energy's a little subdued at this point, but winning at home by 20-plus in your home gym is always nice. Nice find from Ellison. Bear through some contact, can't finish.
Yeah, and it's great. It's a great confidence booster for the Red Devils. They're going into the next round really, feeling themselves, not in a bad way to where, we're super confident. We just know that we're going to win by just stepping on the court. But they know the level that they can play at and know, how they got to go out in these games, how they got to go out and execute, because they know that it can lead them to wins, even against higher competition.
Going forward, you have to think that, really going into this tournament, Eureka had the most momentum of any team. It's hard to deny a 6-game win streak, likely looking at 7 barring something miraculous. Trying to get some updates here on the Principia-Spalding matchup. It's with Carter now on the wing. Nice take from him. A strong finish.
Able to get a tough one to go there. Looked like he kind of got raked across the head a little bit. Still able to convert through the contact, though. And now the Red Devils getting the turnover. A chance to really put the icing on the cake in these last 3:35.
80-57 now. Eureka up. The other game, it looks like Principia is going to be the one advancing, so it will be the top 4 seeds coming out of the quarterfinals. Obviously, the automatic buys for Fontbonne in the 2 seed and Webster is the 1. But Josh, you want your toughest test almost. You kind of want to prove that you are the best team in the conference.
Yeah, you definitely want to prove that, we're out here trying to win this whole thing. You send a message by beating one of the lower level teams. You don't have a dogfight with them. You don't have to go to OT. You don't have to have a game winner, some clutch play down the stretch. You blow them out. You send a message to everyone in the conference that, we're coming for you again. They've beaten, like you said, they've beaten every single team in the conference at least once. They want every single team to be on notice that they will do it again.
And Fontbonne has got to be a little nervous because that last game with Eureka was a barn burner. Went to overtime. It was the Eureka coming out on top. You got to think that Fontbonne's probably been licking their chops a little bit. I know Caden Clark wants the smoke again. They held him very, very much down in that game. You'd like to think he wants redemption.
These teams that, they've beaten, definitely going to want revenge. They're not going to be scared because the Red Devils won an OT game against them. In fact, that may be a little bit of a confidence booster for Fontbonne or for Principia. They had to go to OT to beat us. Still, the Red Devils have got to be prepared knowing that, these teams are going to come back trying to throw haymakers of their own.
And like you said, Josh, it's going to be a neutral site game for Eureka. Obviously, Fontbonne, I think, is a little bit closer to St. Louis, but it's a not familiar court for both teams. They'll have played on that court the exact same number of times. Neither team with their full fans backing, but it's been a pleasure to be able to see the fans turn up for this game. Obviously treated to a great, in theory, win, again, barring something miraculous. But a 23-point lead intact for Eureka right now with Cody Bear down low, gets tied up by Jared Johnson. Oh, excuse me, a foul called.
Yeah, definitely looked like a rake across the arms there. And Bear's going to get 2 free throws.
First trip to the free throw line for Cody Bear. Still has 18 points and 10 rebounds to his credit. And an empty trip there. Rare for the Red Devils as a unit. Lead will hold at 23, at least for the time being. 3:07 remaining in the second half. Calmes able to throw it out to the wing. Johnson from 3 splashes one. Lead down to 20. Under 3 minutes to go. Eureka content to slow things down. Bear to Dorothy, knocked away. It's with Carter in the corner. 12 seconds on the shot clock, trying to drive baseline, and Bear couldn't quite reel that in. Gonna be a 2-on-1 break. Calmes trying to get by Ellison, can't finish.
And all night, the Red Devils have consistently been able to just get those misses at the rim. No matter how long it hangs up there, they've been able to get misses from Greenville, as we see. A high IQ play right there. The ball thrown off Bear, but a bit too late, as I believe. Oh, no, they will retain possession.
Pee-wee Brown back onto the court for Carter. New entries onto the floor. Jacob Lee wearing number 3. Grady Smitley does make his appearance tonight wearing number 23. And Bronson King number 32. Jared Johnson bringing it up the floor. 80-60 the score. Eureka up. Johnson starting to feel himself a little bit, Josh.
Yeah, starting to, get a few to drop here. The Red Devils want to make sure they don't allow, 2 Tracy McGrady scenarios to happen in these last 2 minutes, of course. But, yeah, he's been able to knock a few down.
Greenville's still on the attack defensively. Persich is fouled. That'll be bonus free throws on the way. Double bonus, actually. Minute 54 remaining in the second half. Josh, this is an interesting stat I've noticed. Both times that Eureka is, again, assuming that we've won, Eureka will have won both matchups against Greenville in which they turn the ball over more than 20 times, but will have lost with 14. So we're better if we turn the ball over against Greenville.
Yeah, we gotta do a little bit bad. The Golden State Warriors, they've won 4 titles and they have a turnover problem for like 7 years now somehow. So maybe turnovers aren't that bad. No, they're definitely bad. But
game, offensively,
yeah, if we're playing Greenville, cough the ball up.
I guess. Tip pass. Smitley no good, and tip to Bear.
Red Devil lead as low as it's been in a while here. 18 now.
Weight room rip away from Brown, and he's fouled on the take. 3 double-doubles for Eureka tonight. Pee-wee Brown with 23 and 10 rebounds. Logan Dorothy still flirting with one. He got a chance, needs a couple of rebounds late. Cody Bear, 18 points, 11 rebounds. And Noah Persich, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Some stat-stuffing performances across the board. And again, one of those telltale signs you have a good team heading into the March.
Yeah. Got a lot of different players that have done a lot of things that have helped them win tonight. A lot of, the dirty work that may not show up on the stat sheet. And then a lot of things, like you said, checking a lot of boxes on the stat sheet.
Three-pointer fired, knocked in by Jacob Lee. Lead down to 17. This will be the first matchup that neither of these teams will crack 100, I would assume. Persich finishes at the rim.
I think we got 14 and 106 left in us.
That would be something. Pace would really increase. Lee firing from 3 once again, rebounded by Thomas. Thomas to the rim.
Nice readjustment midair to cut this one to 17.
Stop play here to make sure the shot clock is 86-69. Eureka on top, looking to advance to the conference semifinals. Brown will walk it up the court. Thomas guarding him. Able to avoid the trap. Dorothy to Bear, and little bunny is good. 20 points for Cody Bear.
pretty surprising. Not just will neither team crack 100. Doesn't seem like neither team will crack 90, as the Red Devils will, in all likelihood, hold this one since it's inside of a shot clock now.
Likely just depends on if the press is still on.
That's true.
You know, some teams do not like being pressed when there's not enough time to have the shot clock expire. Brown having a little game to keep away.
Never mind. It looks like the Red Devils do have a chance to crack 90.
Thomas committing the foul there. That's his second. It's a senior from St. Patrick. Might just be one of those minutes where you just want a little bit more time on the court.
Yeah.
Brown up to 26 points tonight. He's been on a hot streak. Really ever since arriving here at Eureka. With Smitley. Thomas now, deep three up, not quite. And we'll see, Dorothy keeps it in bounds, and that'll be it. 89-71 our final, as the Eureka Red Devils move on into the conference semifinals. And they'll face off against Fontbonne. Josh, talk about this game right in front of us, though.
A very good game. The Red Devils coming out the gates, knowing what they had to do, executing on both sides of the ball, getting stops at the rim early. So that early offense, you know, that running up and down that Greenville likes to do, they were able to stop a lot of those high percentage shots early on. That kind of stifled their offense a little bit, and then the Red Devils were able to get down and take advantage of their defense kind of not being set on that side of the ball yet, get a lot of easy layups for themselves. And they really just continued to get to the rim, go to the paint. You know, if they couldn't get a layup or get to the free throw line, we'd see a dish, a beautiful dish maybe to someone else who's right there. We've seen dishes to Bear tonight. Dishes to Dorothy for lobs, things like that. Or just, you know, dish it out to the three, get an easy open look from behind the arc. They just played very, very good basketball today for full 40 minutes.
Pee-wee Brown finishes as the leading scorer, 26 points, 10 rebounds. Cody Bear following 20 points, 11 rebounds. And then Logan Dorothy, 19 points, 9 rebounds. Noah Persich, 12 points, 10 rebounds. Jared Johnson, the only one in double digits, scoring 18 points for Greenville. It's always a nice image to close out the home season here at Eureka. Singing of the alma mater. As Eureka takes this one again to the quarterfinals against Greenville.
Never to return. Still within our hearts fond memories steadily will burn. With the chorus beat onward, there our voices stand. Praise to thee, O fair Eureka. Praise to thee, all hail.
And that'll do it here from Eureka. Our final broadcast of the 2023 season, excuse me. We will be back next year. Again, follow our social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so you can stay updated on when we will be back. On behalf of our entire crew, my broadcast partner, Joshua Howard, this is Spencer Davis. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.